Arbitration, litigation, litigation, arbitration. What do you go for? What do you choose? Usually these clauses appear at the bottom of a contract. I call it BOC fatigue. That's my own word for it. It basically means bottom of the contract fatigue. So by the time you get to those clauses, which are really important, in relation to the enforcement of the contract that you're busy negotiating, you end up ignoring some of the very important factors on decision making between whether to choose arbitration and litigation. So it depends on the country you're in. So for example, if you're looking at Dubai or the UAE, about 5 years ago, I would have said choose arbitration. You have control over the arbitrator, their qualifications, and things like that. But now the court system can also be very efficient if the value of your contract is not very large, because arbitration can be a reasonably expensive process. Now, if you were asking me to advise you on an Indian contract in India, I would say 100% go for arbitration, because as you probably know, litigation in India is long drawn and could take 20 years, 30 years. I think sometimes 2 or 3 generations in a particular litigation have been known to be carrying on a particular case. So I think it's important to not get BOC fatigue. Maybe talk about the forum for dispute resolution before you dive into some of the other non-important aspects of the contract, because otherwise you're going to have this debate. The other thing to realize and think about is also enforceability of a foreign judgment or a foreign arbitral award. There are many legal conventions like the New York Convention for Arbitration and other forums like the GCC cooperation in relation to enforcement of foreign judgments between the GCC countries. So try and make the most of what's available to you in your geographical jurisdiction. I guess that's why lawyers like us have a job, because they're not easy decisions to make, as sometimes contracts are very high value and much of it hinges on effectively how well dispute resolution is crafted in a contract. So remember, no BOC fatigue, deal with it sooner rather than later.